I'm JP Montalvan, your sales, service, and success advisor. We're here today talking about multiple offers for buyers. As we've shared with you in the past, this year, as many as 1 out of every 4 homes are going to receive multiple offers. And actually, this home received 6 offers. So, what do you do when you as a buyer are faced with a competitive situation that's going to result in multiple offers? That's next here on Selling DC. Vanessa and Mike approached us 3 years ago about buying a new home. Now, while that wasn't the right time, they reached back out to us last fall and we said, great, let's go. Now, we knew it was a competitive market, a more competitive market than it was 3 years ago. So this is their story, and hopefully their story will share more about how you can win in a competitive market. All right, guys, so congratulations.
Thank you.
You bought a great home in DC, in McLean Gardens. So share a little bit about your experience.
Well, it was the first place we actually looked at.
Yes.
It was not the only place we looked at. We're not that crazy. But we came back to it because we really loved it. And
Sure.
You did a really good job of helping us negotiate the price because you were just one stop above the other guys. You weren't like a million stops, just
One stop, yes, that's right.
Actually.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a sec. So we had an offer that we prepped, and in doing the valuation report for the home, we knew that there were going to be multiple offers, and we knew that the price was below where value was, right? Where market price was. So there were 6 offers, and in terms of coming up with that top number, we hit the number right on the head, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's forget the term, but the escalation.
The escalation.
Yeah,
yes.
It was in steps and exactly one step above the other guys.
That's right.
That's
a winning offer.
They were kicking themselves. 'Cause they didn't offer much less than us.
It's true.
And it's our place.
This is a comparative market analysis. We call it a valuation report. It starts with the home that we're looking at, and then it compares that home to sold listings, usually 3 to 5 listings we call comparable sales. Homes with similar features, similar sizes, and we analyze the features of these homes compared to the subject home as well as price per square foot. This allows us to advise you on where you should price your offer. To win in a multiple offer situation, you may include an escalation clause. This is paperwork that shows your cap and factor, what your high price will be, and how much you will beat another offer by. This allows you to be most competitive in a competitive market. First, when you're thinking about making an offer, you want to consider home inspection and the existence of a home inspection contingency. Now, there are great strategies for dealing with that, especially when you notice in your tour of a home that there are items that need to be addressed. In this home, we did notice that the HVAC unit was an older unit. You can hear it. It's in the background, right? You can hear it. We need to address it. It's something that we want a professional home inspector to take a look at and give us an opinion on what needs to be done. That and other aspects of the home are what you want to consider before you write an offer. So Dwight, we open up the box so that we can see what's going on inside the panel, because the connections and how we operate with load, that's something you need to check out in your inspection, right?
That is correct. We found downstairs something that we wouldn't have been able to determine if the panel cover had not been removed, and it was that there were 2 wires going into a breaker which is designed for only 1 wire going into it.
Right.
So that could overload and overheat the breaker, and it could cause problems later on.
Right, and so that's a simple fix. It's just something that needs to be addressed once you capture it in a home inspection.
Correct.
Great. second is financing. It's going to take a lot of these to buy a home these days. So what do? On the front end, you should be pre-approved. That means talking to a great lender, usually a local lender, who can help take you through the pre-approval process. It's not enough to just be pre-qualified online through a mortgage calculator or using an online bank. That lender is going to ask for tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs to make sure you're fully qualified, fully approved once you start your home buying process, your shopping, so that you know with confidence that you can buy a home. Then there's a financing contingency or no financing contingency. Now, that's a decision between you and your lender based on your individual situation and all of the paperwork that you've provided. Sometimes a financing contingency will help make sure that you're protected, but again, it can be a stumbling block to a seller who's looking for a clean offer when receiving multiple offers. So, start with your lender, be prepared, and then you can put together a winning offer. This is a great lender letter. This letter shows that credit, income, assets, and liability information has been provided and reviewed. This gives confidence to a listing agent and sellers. Third is appraisal. If you're financing the home, the bank is going to hire an appraiser to come out and check value versus the sales price. If your sales price is higher than the appraiser value, you may have an issue. We're here with Michael O'Halloran to talk about appraisal. How often do you and your appraisers see appraisal issues where the sales price is higher than the appraised value?
It's hard to answer that specifically, to say if it's a certain percentage. That I don't know, but I will say that an appraisal, the value that you see on appraisal is the most probable sale price.
Gotcha.
So that doesn't always mean, is it possible that a property could escalate $50,000, $100,000 over list price? It's possible.
Sure.
And it happens.
Yes.
But is that the most probable sale price? And so that's the definition that we work with. So let's say it sells for $700,000, it escalated up to $700,000 and the appraiser comes in at $675,000. That's its anticipated, market value. Could it be worth $700,000? Well, clearly, there was a seller and a buyer that came to terms, but that doesn't always mean it's market value. They're setting, because an appraisal is dealing with the past.
Comparable sales, right? Historical sales.
That have closed.
Yes.
We can use under contract and listings to influence us, but lenders in the appraisal process do require that we put the weight of the value, the final value conclusion on settled comparable sales.
Makes
so
sense.
That's where sometimes you'll see a difference. I like to say that some buyers, are mavericks. They're
Yes.
setting new thresholds that will probably be met with the next sale of the property that comes on the market. So,
Sure.
You may be paying more for a property than what it appraised for, but that doesn't always mean that you're paying more than what the house is worth at that particular moment.
Right, because ultimately, when you buy a home like this home, it becomes its own comparable, right?
Yes, yeah.
So because it's established a new price for the neighborhood, so when you go to appraise another home in the neighborhood, you're going to take this home into account.
Yeah, if it's an arm's length transaction sale, 100% that will be the next set of comparables.
Great, excellent. Thank you, Michael.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
your help.
My pleasure, thank you.
There are strategies for dealing with this. First, start on the front end before you make an offer with a comparative market analysis. Your agent, your great agent, should prepare a careful analysis of the homes that have sold. Now, this home received 6 offers. We knew in preparing a comparative market analysis, we needed to compare it with similar homes. This is a large condo, 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths. The bathrooms are renovated. The size is large. We needed to compare it with homes that were similar in bedrooms, size, bathrooms, and renovation quality. Second, after you've done your comparative market analysis, what does that price range look like, and where might you run into risk when it comes to an appraiser appraising the home. Third, you make your offer. That offer could have a sales price. It might have an escalation price that allows you to go above your original offer. How does that relate to possible appraisal value now that you have your comparative market analysis? Now, that's a lot of numbers we just threw out at you. Make sure you've got a great agent who's taking you through all the values. Smooth, right? You bought a home that was renovated. You beat 6 other people to get the home. So the strategy worked. Once you were in the process, you had your financing, which went very smoothly. Praised for the escalated price.
The exact price that we ended up paying at Pace Pro, so that was good.
Absolutely. And then the HOA doc review, which is very important. Always important to read those. Hopefully those tips that we sent you were helpful. And here we are, the magic day. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, guys. And if you need anything at all, just remember, we're here for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Today we talked about competitive offers in a competitive market. Remember, these are just a few of the tips that will help you get a great home. There are other strategies that you can use that your great agent can help with. Subscribe and follow right here and post any questions you have. We'd love to help you win that next home. I'm JP Montalvan, your sales, service, and success advisor. See you next time on Selling DC.